Good evening, everyone, and welcome into Richmond, Kentucky for a dandy of a game for you tonight here on WBON TV. It's the first round of the 11th Region Tournament taking place here in Richmond at Madison Central High School, and one of the top 5 ranked teams in the state, Frederick Douglass, the Broncos out of Lexington, coming into Richmond to take on a very game Madison Central Indians team coming off that district championship. We'll welcome you into the broadcast here on the Kentucky Roofworks and Restoration coverage of the 11th Region Tournament. I am Michael Watkins along with Jamie Boggs here on the call. And Jamie, Indians winning the district title over Berea on Friday night. Frederick Douglass losing to Bryan Station, another highly ranked team in the state of Kentucky. The 11th Region loaded as always when you look at Great Crossing, who was the preseason #1. They've been up there in the top 5 all year long. Those 3 teams make it so difficult for some of these other programs. If you look across the state, you take out Henry Clay, Madison Central, Lexington Catholic. You put those 3 schools in any of the other, I mean, maybe the Louisville area, sure. But other of the 14 of the 16 regions in Kentucky, they're probably the #1 ranked team in that region. Here, not so much because of how good the top of the echelon, the upper echelon is in the 11th Region. And tonight the Indians have a chance to knock off one of those here on their home floor.
Yeah, I think there are 4 or 5 teams that could win this region, and both of these are on that list. Frederick Douglass, obviously one of the favorites. Different paths to get here. Down the stretch, Central struggled. You and I talked about that. Lost several games down the stretch to end their season, but then coasted through their district tournament, taking care of business exactly how they should have. Frederick Douglass, on the other hand, lost to Bryan Station. The first time they played was really close too, but got the L there, maybe a little bit more motivated, but it means they had to go on the road, and they play here in Richmond.
And that's why it's so important to win your district tournament, for the Indians to have this game on their home floor. And we know the history. If you have been a fan of Madison Central basketball the last 10 years, we've been doing games here since 2017, and it seems like every year, whether it be Scott County the one year they got upset in their district championship game, Lexington Catholic that one year when they had Ben Johnson, the 11th Region Player of the Year, they got upset in the district finals. They came here to Richmond. So it seems like Central always has bad luck when it comes to who they draw, even after winning a district championship. And tonight they welcome in Frederick Douglass. Now, the game against Scott County back in, I think, 2017, they were unable to win. Then the game against Lexington Catholic, when they came out guns a-blazing, you had Jalen Davis, Will Harden, Cole Brown, those guys, they couldn't miss a shot. They won that game, eventually went on to win the 11th Region Championship. I think they're going to need a performance like Jalen Davis had that night from somebody tonight. We know what Jake Feldhouse is going to do. We're pretty confident in Luke Asher. But somebody, whether that be Will Richardson, who's capable of knocking down 5 or 6 threes in the game, Cody Morrison, Goatley, somebody else has got to step up and give the Indians a lift tonight if they want to knock off the highly ranked Broncos out of Frederick Douglass. We're live here on the Kentucky Roofworks and Restoration coverage on WBON TV. Glad to have you along here tonight with the Indians and the Broncos squaring off in the first round of the 11th Region Tournament. A special thanks to our other sponsors for coverage of postseason basketball on WBON TV as well, like Journeyman Moving, Berea Collision, Arc Tactical, AJ's Fireplaces, and more. And a special thanks to Mike Brewer, Richmond City Commissioner, for helping us be here tonight and sponsoring our coverage of Madison Central basketball on WBON TV. This is the Real Estate Company pregame show, and if you're looking for a new home in Central Kentucky, check out the Real Estate Company. Lots of great options to choose from, or maybe you're in the market to sell your home. Work with a professional who can help promote your home and have it on the market and ready to go so you can find your next step in life as well. It's the Real Estate Company. Like and follow them on Facebook with the Real Estate Company, or visit therealestatecoky.com. Indians and Broncos around 23 minutes from tipping off here in Richmond. We'll step aside for our first commercial break. Lots more to get to when we come back on WBON TV.
Like like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience.
We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Code Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now still in our Georgetown store.
Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come.
And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
When it comes to having someone work on our homes, you need someone you can trust. Someone who will get the job done the right way and be with you throughout the entire process. At Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration, they will meet with you and explain what needs to be done. They won't take advantage of you during your time of need and offer free roof inspections, water damage cleanup, water remediation and restoration, plus more services. Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration. Online at KentuckyRoofWorks.com and on Facebook. There when you need us.
Discover the hometown difference at Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond, Kentucky. Family owned and operated for 60 years, we're dedicated to providing outstanding customer service in a welcoming atmosphere. Our friendly staff is here to help you find the perfect vehicle and keep it running smoothly. Take a look at our new and quality pre-owned vehicles at jackburford.com.
I love this car.
Oh, thanks. Go Cardinals. It's here. Hey, Coach. It's right here, but shouldn't you be at the game?
Carry your favorite team with you everywhere you go with the new branded debit card from EKU Athletics' premier partner, CG Bank.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
You've heard the name Chenault Vineyards, but what do you know about it? Chenault Vineyards is a place for the community to enjoy. Central Kentucky's premier event and wedding destination with 5 event venues, full-service catering, over 13 varieties of wine, live music entertainment, seasonal food options, weekly themed Wednesday night out and girls night out, trivia, murder mystery date nights, and free yoga on the point with beautiful views. Everyone can find something to do at Chenault Vineyards. Want to know more? Follow them on Facebook and Instagram or plan your night out at ChenaultVineyards.com.
Madison Central and Frederick Douglass looking to add a little notch onto their rivalry belt. The Indians and the Broncos, no strangers to one another, and you know, the Frederick Douglass school has not been around for too long, Jamie, but it doesn't really matter what the sport is. The Broncos have been a thorn in the side of Madison Central. When you look at everything that you've seen between Frederick Douglass on the football field, hardwood, of course, Central did win the 2021 11th Region Championship over Frederick Douglass, but since then, just one win since that time. Broncos have won 5 straight, including knocking out the Indians in the last 2 11th Region tournaments, and they've had a couple of close games, Jamie, but Frederick Douglass has just had so many good athletes come through the ranks of their program, whether it be on the football field or on the hardwood. We've seen it in football this past year. They knocked the Indians out of the region championship game there. Now here on the hardwood, another chance, could make it 3 straight years of ending the season for Madison Central boys basketball.
Yeah, and this is a really, you mentioned the athletes. This is a good basketball team. We'll see their skill a little later, but putting on a show of athleticism here in the pregame with very much a dunk contest look. Biggest question I've got, Michael, we live in Kentucky where we're known for horses. Why is the school, the most recent school, the only Broncos team I know?
Yeah.
We should have more Broncos.
There's probably more around the area. Thoroughbreds, there's the Colts.
Right.
But, yeah, I agree with you. There's a lot of, for this to be a horse-known state, not a lot of mascots that way. But I think when you look at this game tonight, Madison Central, they're going to need somebody to step up. If we look at our Jack Burford Chevrolet keys to the game, brought to you by Jack Burford Chevrolet, located on the Eastern Bypass across from Walmart. Check out jackburford.com to see the latest inventory at Jack Burford Chevrolet. And Madison Central, Jamie, again, we know what Jake Feldhouse can do. In the first matchup with Frederick Douglass, Feldhouse had a double-double. He's had 18 of those on the season. But Central needs somebody else to step up. And where this Indians team lacks is a bit of athleticism. When you've got, Cody Morrison's a good athlete. So is, Asher and Feldhouse, guys like that. But Frederick Douglass, from their top of their roster to the bottom, they have got athletes all over the court, and they can get out and run on you. I think the keys tonight for Madison Central. I was watching them practice yesterday and today, going through a little pregame walkthrough type thing. They have a very good game plan. Execution, obviously, is going to be key for any team in this stage of the postseason. But they've got to find somebody else that can score, whether that be Morrison, Goatley off the bench, Will Richardson. Somebody, one of those three guys has got to have a 12 to maybe an 18-point night. Now, they can still win without that, but I believe one of those three guys has got to have one of those big games for them, a 6 to 10-point spurt at some point to kind of relieve some of that pressure from Asher and Feldhouse. And also, it's slowing down the pace. Indians like to get out and run.
They do.
But if you get in a track meet with this team, it can be very difficult to keep up. So I think, not that they can't get out and run, but controlling the pace and being in control of what they want to do is, I think, another key for Madison Central.
Yeah, they really like the girls team we saw last night. It starts on the defensive end for them, and they've been able to smother the opposition, and it's going to take everything they have to stay in front of these guys, stop those straight line drives. So it's not going to be an outrunning, jumping in front of passing lanes. Like, this team can get after it as well. So when somebody does what you do just as well, how can you adjust? Michael, you want to tell us all about that game plan? It's just me and you here. What are we doing?
Don't be surprised if you see some zone defense. The Indians know that the Broncos like to press, so they've got a really good press breaker put into this. And again, it's all about execution. I mean, the Broncos, you know at this point, you've seen enough film with huddle and everything else. You know what the other team likes to do. It's, can you go out there and your game plan execute it enough to where you're able to counteract what you know they are going to do.
Had on the camera there Coach Sean Smith from Frederick Douglass. Had quite the media career, has leaned more into coaching. Associate head coach at Frederick Douglass, assistant athletic director. Talked to him earlier today. He said, we are completely healthy and ready to go, excited to get after it. Told me, just to point out, I know we'll go over stats a little later, Tate Robinson set the school record for single season three-pointers made with 67. And not to mention the fact that he only shot 140, knocking down one of every two. But Sean does a good job with them up there. And this whole athletic program is thriving right now. And I think the basketball team several times has been looking up to the football team. Can they get over that hump tonight?
I think the most impressive thing about this Frederick Douglass basketball program, they've had a ton of success, region championship a couple of years ago. But to me, for them to win the way they have, they're now on their fourth coach in 4 years.
Wow.
And it's crazy when you think about how good the teams have been during that stretch, to be on their fourth coach in 4 years and to still have a top 5 ranked basketball team across the state. Very, very impressive with this program and with this team, and we'll see them in action here. Tip-off 13:45 away here on the Real Estate Company pregame show live here on WBON TV. We'll be right back in 3 minutes. Do not go anywhere. We'll look ahead to the matchup and give you some names to watch out for in our Jerry Goebel State Farm Star Watch on the other side.
To some, it's just a boat. But to Jim, it's his escape from meetings, traffic, and the grind of daily life. He may not catch any keepers, but he wouldn't trade his day on the lake for anything in the world. That's why his boat is insured by Kentucky Farm Bureau. But it's not just Kentucky's Farm Bureau. It's Jim's Recharge the Battery Farm Bureau.
My Farm Bureau.
David Mayo, John Rader, and Chris Hornsby with Kentucky Farm Bureau.
granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
At Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, we make it our priority to deliver the gentle, compassionate care that you deserve from a dentist. Offering single-visit restoration on crowns, bridges, inlays, onlays, and veneers with CERAC. Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry is equipped to handle all your dental needs, from surgical implant placement and restoration, teeth whitening, root canal therapy, and more. And we now have the Cone Beam 3D technology for taking scans of the jaw. For your next dental appointment, call Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry at 859-985-0201.
Whitaker Bank in Madison County is your local bank for convenience. With more branches than literally any other bank in Madison County, why go anywhere else? Whitaker Bank is known for their friendly customer service and easy access drive-thrus. Whitaker Bank, your home for local, friendly, family banking. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Orthopedic and Sport Physical Therapy will help guide you on your road to recovery.
It is our mindset, a spirit driven to excellence, to help people heal faster and better.
If you have pain or an injury, or you need experts in sports medicine, Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy is your best choice in rehabilitation, and you have direct access.
In most cases, you do not need a referral to any of our 7 locations serving the region.
Just give OSPTKY a call. Visit our website at osptky.com to find the location nearest you.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
When you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Jerry Goebel in Richmond today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Back in Richmond, everybody, here on WBON TV. Michael Watkins along with Jamie Boggs for this first round of the 11th region tournament. Jamie, we were talking, we were kind of a little bit upset, not upset, disappointed in the crowd turnout. And still, really, I mean, they're starting to come up a little bit more, but we're 10 minutes away from tip-off, and still a lot of empty seats here in this building with a lot of really good basketball on the way, we believe, between the Indians and the Broncos. Tip-off now, again, under 10 minutes away for possibly the best first-round region matchup in the entire state tonight. You look at what, last night they had the first round of the girls tournament, tonight first round of the boys, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, these games are always intense, and when you've got tradition-rich programs, even though Douglas hasn't been around a long time, they are still tradition-rich. They have been in 3 of the last 4 11th region championship games, winning 1 of those. So they know what they're doing. And, of course, Madison Central, the long, rich history with Alan Feldhouse Jr. at the helm and what he has done with this program and with this school. It's really tremendous, the consistency and how good they have been from start to finish during his term here. Looking to once again make a deep postseason run, but it doesn't get easy. I mean, it's going to be a rough road ahead. You kind of know that when you're in the 11th region. There are no easy games. So for Madison Central tonight, again, we talked about the keys earlier. Now let's look at the Jerry Goebel State Farm Star Watch tonight. And for the Indians, it's really Jake Feldhouse. He is the straw that stirs the drink for the Indians. A guy that has had 18 double-doubles this season, averages a double-double. He's had 3 scholarship offers this season, and he has really come on super strong for the Indians and playing for his uncle for the first time in his life.
And dare I say, he continues to get better and better, just kind of unlocking who he can be. So I expect those offers to continue to pile up for Feldhouse. He can do it at all 3 levels. He can defend all 5 positions. A really special player. On the other side, you've got Surratt and Jenkins as the leading scorer, but if you tell me they're going to go zone, Robinson is going to be a problem. Yeah. They have to know where he is at all times to make sure that he's not getting open looks. But they have a 7 or 8 man rotation. Everybody can defend. Everybody can score. Frederick Douglass is certainly bringing it here. They expect themselves and have all season to be playing for the regional championship, but only one of these teams will move on tonight.
Feldhouse averaging over 22 points per game and over 11 rebounds per contest. And, you know, for this team, he's going to have one of those big performances tonight where he gets 25 plus, maybe 15 plus rebounds. Douglas has got some size, but I don't know if they have anybody with the size and strength that Feldhouse has. And he can stretch the floor as well. We talked about it, and I think you said it in the game against Berea. It's like he's at times finding stuff out that he didn't even know he could do. I don't know if he even knew he was that good of a three-point shooter. Or that he was that good in the post, making post moves. He's definitely gotten better as the season has gone along, and they will need a big performance from him tonight. You talked about Surratt. He's the top scorer for the Broncos, 15.9 points per game. They don't have a guy that has a ton of rebounds. Logan Buston is one of those do-it-all, scrappy-type guys. He's a guy that could be matched up with Feldhouse tonight. We'll see how things go there. But that is your Star Watch, courtesy of Jerry Goebel State Farm Insurance. You can find them online and on Facebook to find out more about the insurance that you may not have even knew that you needed. That's Jerry Goebel State Farm. Like them on Facebook, located on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. It's Madison Central and Frederick Douglass here live on WBON TV. A big game in Richmond. And when you look at these two teams, they met back in January with the Broncos winning 80-63, Central with the loss. And you talked about it. That was kind of the game that sent them kind of spiraling out of control toward the end of the regular season. They were 4-11 down the stretch of that regular, or 4-7 through their last 11 games down the stretch of the regular season. But Feldhouse in that loss was 15 of 19 from the two-point field goal attempts. 0 of 2 from 3, but did get to the free throw line 9 times, made 5 of those. He was 35 points, 12 rebounds. I think Central needs a very similar game from him tonight. And in that first meeting for Frederick Douglass, the Broncos were led by Surratt. He had 27 points, only averages right at 16 points per game on the season. So he had a kind of breakout game for him there. And Murray Garvin, the head coach for Frederick Douglass this year, a long history with Coach Feldhouse. He's been a long-time coach in the 11th region, spent some time at Dunbar. He is a very, very good head coach, an experienced head coach. And you know, with this team, with him at the helm, they know what to expect from the Indians. We'll step aside for another 3-minute commercial break here on the Real Estate Company pregame show. Do not go anywhere, folks. Tip-off is right around the corner on WBON TV.
Gillum Sports Lounge isn't just a place for good food and hospitality. It's about gathering with family and friends, satisfying those taste buds, and cheering on your favorite team. You can't go wrong with one of their delicious burgers, salads, pizzas, or one of their many appetizers. Order online or stop in and see for yourself why Gillum Sports Lounge has been a staple in Richmond for almost 20 years. Located inside the Richmond Mall. Gillum Sports Lounge. Like them on Facebook to see more.
At the Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, we have activities galore, including video games, bowling, pool, delicious food at Champions, plus karaoke and live entertainment 7 days a week. Enjoy the climate-controlled patio, watch NFL football, and your Kentucky Wildcats all season long. The Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, just off exit 87 at 1025 Amberley Way in Richmond.
Pruitt & Sons Auctioneers have over 24 years experience in the auction industry. Whether you're selling real estate, personal property, or liquidating your assets, Pruitt & Sons can help take your property to auction and walk you through the process. Serving all over Central Kentucky, visit PruittAuctioneers.com. And remember, Angela Pruitt for all your real estate needs as well.
It's that time of year when we are day and night driving with our kids all over. Your car never stops. At AMCO Transmissions, we make sure to keep you rolling. We have the latest technology, certified technicians, and longest warranty to keep your vehicles running strong. We specialize in all foreign and domestic transmissions, drivetrain, or just general maintenance. Did you know at AMCO the average customer saves $1,800 in comparison to the dealer? And AMCO has a longer warranty. Come see us at AMCO Transmission for the best service and the cheapest prices around. AA MCO.
Back here on WBON TV as the junior ROTC makes their way off the floor, and the Madison Central Indians set to come back onto the floor as they get ready to take on the Broncos of Frederick Douglass. Here live on WBON TV, our coverage tonight provided by Kentucky Roofworks and Restoration. They are ready to help serve you as we get ready to enter the summer months ahead. Be sure to visit KentuckyRoofworks.com and like Kentucky Roofworks and Restoration on Facebook to find out how they can help get your home ready for the summer. We know the Kentucky weather, and there's a lot of wind in the forecast tonight. Jamie, I think wind gusts up to 30+ miles per hour. That can do a lot of damage to your roof. If you are maybe even the slightest bit concerned that your roof may have damage, give them a call. Reach out to them on Facebook and have them come and give you a free estimate on what they can do for your home. Maybe you only need half of your shingles replaced or whatever the case might be. Be sure to check out Kentucky Roofworks on Facebook to learn more. With a minute 55 to go before we tip things off between the Broncos of Frederick Douglass and the Madison Central Indians. We'll look around the 11th region tournament here on the boys' side. Great Crossing taking on LCA tonight. Bryan Station playing another coverage area team here in Berea. That game taking place in Lexington. Lexcath hosting Western Hills, and of course Madison Central here hosting Frederick Douglass as we get a look at the head man for the Indians, Alan Feldhouse Jr., one of the best coaches in the state of Kentucky, a Hall of Fame type resume, Jamie. He has been around for a long time. He has seen it all, and he is still highly motivated to help get this program to the grandest stage of them all in Lexington here in a couple of weeks with the Sweet 16 on the way.
Absolutely. And, you know, I was here last night for the girls' game. After they cleared the court, several of these guys came out and getting shots up. This is a team that Coach Feldhouse is not only motivated himself, they're motivated.
Yeah.
Not everybody's at the gym at 11 o'clock at night getting shots up, especially on a school night, just throwing that out there. No, I love the effort, love that they were out here encouraging each other, getting shots up, and trying to get ready to be their best for their teammates today, and that's what they're going to need to win.
Indians and the Broncos, whether you're watching on the WBON TV Facebook page, on YouTube, or on the WBON TV Roku channel, or if you're watching on WBON TV Channel 9, thank you for tuning us in tonight. If you've got us on, if you're out in the car driving around, listening to us on 106.7 The Pinnacle, however you are tuned in and spending your Tuesday night with us, we really appreciate having you along for this big, gigantic matchup in the first round of the 11th region tournament. It's Madison Central and Frederick Douglass. The starting lineups on the way next, courtesy of Gillum Sports Lounge. Make sure to check out Gillum's for your favorite team's next big game, whether it be Kentucky. If you're a Duke fan, whatever the case might be, go on over to Gillum Sports Lounge here in the Richmond Mall and watch your favorite team live at Gillum's. Barton Nicholson, the PA announcer tonight with the starting lineups.
District 42, the visiting Broncos.
And we'll start with the visitors, the Broncos of Frederick Douglass.
44th District champions, Madison Central Indians. And now let's meet our Jerry Goble State Farm starting lineups. First for the Broncos, with a record of 23 wins and 4 losses. Starting at guard, a 5'9" sophomore, number 4, Dakari Talbers.
That's a name that Central football fans will recognize. Talbert was an incredibly talented football player for the Broncos. There's Surratt, number 3, the leading scorer.
Junior, number 13, Tate Robinson.
Tate Robinson, number 13. Really good shooter. Jimmy talked about him in the pregame. Avion Chenault, really good athlete. Was the best wide receiver on the Broncos football team. And there's Busen, the big man for Frederick Douglass. We'll see if he's able to kind of contain Jake Feldhouse tonight. And now the starting lineup for your Madison Central Indians. The same starting five we've seen for much of the year. Jake Feldhouse, Luke Asher, Will Richardson, Cam Steele, and Cody Morrison, the one senior on the team.
Number 4, Will Richardson.
Tammy Richardson knocked down 6 threes in the first round of the district tournament against Madison Southern. Not saying we need 6 of them tonight, but we need Will to knock down the open shot that he gets this evening.
And he had 3 4-point plays during the district tournament. For what that's worth, he's perfected the art of getting fouled while shooting.
And Richardson, for the most part, takes the other team's best player defensively. If we see the Indians in their patented man-to-man defense, look for him to be matched up with Surratt throughout the night. It's the 11th region first round here live on WBON TV as the Indians get one last final word from their head coach. They'll take the floor in the white uniforms, white shorts, blue trim down each, and the blue letters outlined in red, the red numbers outlined in blue for the Broncos in the NWO-like looking uniforms. New world order. They'll have the black jerseys, black shorts, white numbers, green letters outlined in white for Frederick Douglass. Chenault and Feldhouse will tip it off. Broncos going right to left on your radio dial. You got us tuned in on 106.7 The Pinnacle. And the Indians going left to right. All controlled by Frederick Douglass, and we are underway.
What a play to get us started.
Great defensive effort inside as the Indians came to play tonight. So did Frederick Douglass. We expect this one to be a dandy. Again, possibly the best first-round region matchup in the entire state. Here's Chenault with it for the Broncos. Over to Surratt.
You called it, Richardson on him. Blocked the alley-oop there earlier.
They'll give it up to Talbert. Really good athlete in his own right. Gonna watch Robinson, the shooter. Busen matched up with Feldhouse. Spins his way in the lane. Kicks it back out. As Talbert now defended by Richardson on the switch. Morrison guarding Surratt in the left corner. Talbert gets in at the elbow. Kicks it out to Robinson. Got to stick with him. He'll get inside. Couple of dribbles. Kick it out to Busen. As the Broncos work offensively, Busen picked up his dribble. And now it's Surratt. They'll take the 3. And in and out. Man, that one was halfway down before coming out, and the Indians attack the other way. It's Feldhouse for Central. Give it up to Asher. Richardson. Now to Steele. Morrison driving. Tried the lefty layup. Feldhouse the offensive rebound. Jake double teamed. Man, Chenault got up high for the block. Talbert the other way, and he's able to lay it in. Avion Chenault, what a rejection on the other end.
He was up there, head above the rim for the throwdown.
Morrison up top to Asher. Central working offensively. Still looking for a teammate. Drives in. Oh, good move to get around his defender and lay it in. Indians tie things up at 2. Talbert, guarded by Steele, spun in the lane. Good defense as Cam stuck with him. Now it's Surratt. Leaning in on Asher. Feldhouse did not budge.
Bounced off.
Robinson blocked by Feldhouse. Some good defense being played early. Indians have numbers. Feldhouse, 4-3. Short. Rebound tipped around and still up as the Broncos corral it. It's Surratt coming up the right sideline. Surratt putting on the moves. Finds Chenault underneath. Man, he is so athletic. Hung in the air. Kicked it out, and Surratt's got it again. Defended by Morrison. Morrison, good defense. They kick it over to Chenault. Avion will try one from deep, but he puts it in. Central, I think, content with letting everybody shoot but Robinson. And Chenault makes them pay with the deep point.
Frederick Douglass only hit 4 threes in their first matchup, shot just 19% from deep. So I think you're right. You got to live with that.
Morrison's got it for the Indians. They'll drive it in. Hangs in the air. Floater won't go. And Surratt quickly back the other way. It's a Robinson three. And a late whistle and a foul on Jake Feldhouse. And Alan Feldhouse Jr. so good at working the officials. He can't believe that call.
He got him on the left hand on release. I know you don't like the call, but that was a foul.
A tad bit late. That might be the argument.
Which I hate. If you're going to call a foul, it doesn't matter whether the ball goes in or not. He knocks down the first free throw.
Robinson, good. Most of the time, good three-point shooters are good free throw shooters. Robinson missed the second.
Not sure who they got that lane violation on. May give him another point here. And it does.
Yeah, Robinson makes that one. So 7-2. And Steele working up the floor for the Indians. Talbert defending. Bounce pass to Feldhouse. Gives it back to Steele. Watch the lob play here for Feldhouse. Steele takes it to Richardson. Will drive in. Back to Steele. Now it's Luke Asher wide open. Man, didn't even look for the shot. Looking inside to Feldhouse. Got a mismatch. Triple teamed. Kick it out to Asher. Luke gets in the lane to Feldhouse. Pump fakes. Watches them go by, but lost it. Great defense by Chenault to strip it loose.
Comes up holding his head. Looked like there was some contact there, but Surratt's going to get the hoop in the arm.
And Feldhouse has got to be careful early. Jake in some pain, doubled over here on the near bench, the near sideline for the Indians as the basket good on the other end and a free throw to come.
Number 3,
Surratt trying to give the Broncos a 10-2 lead. Misses it. Ball tipped around. Chenault had it. Hits the deck. Body's on the floor. It's taken away by Talbert. Kicked over to Avion again. He'll drive baseline. Now slows it down between his legs. And will reset the offense up for Frederick Douglass, who leads 9-2 early. Talbert content to let the clock run here as they set the offense up. Indians acting like they know what the play call is. Talbert drives, kicks it to Busen. Logan in the lane. Got to be careful. They get it out to Talbert for an open three. Short. Rebound tipped away. It'll go to the Indians.
Busen underneath. Pump fakes. Had Feldhouse in the air. Could have got a second foul on him to kick it back out.
And Jake's got to be careful already with that one personal. Indians have 2 fouls called on him as Talbot playing great defense on Steele. Feldhouse to Morrison. Cody driving in, kick it out to Richardson. Now over to Steele. Asher open. Man, Central needed that. A big three from Asher straight away to kind of stem the tide for the moment and trim that deficit down to 4. Surratt into Robinson, leans in, got Morrison off of him, unable to finish. Feldhouse clears the rebound. Indians attacking the other way, again controlling the pace at the moment. Feldhouse working on Busen, gives it to Asher, hit one a moment ago, this time drives, leans, misses. Feldhouse with the offensive rebound. Jake kicks it to Morrison, will swing it back to Steele. Cam resets. Indians working offensively, near side it's Morrison. Make it a Feldhouse three. Way off, and Chenault with the rebound. Feldhouse trying to, I think, get himself going. Nice kick to Robinson in the corner. Now Surratt. Asher defends. Feldhouse. Good defense. Kicks it out to Robinson. Now over to Talbert as the Indians sit back in that man-to-man defense. And Talbot right around Steele. And we'll have a sub. Ricky Goatley will check in immediately as Morrison tries a quick answer. Three-pointer won't go. And the Broncos quickly the other way. Chenault lost the handle. On the floor, Body's diving for it. Talbert's got it. He'll find a crease and threw it over to the Indians bench on a turnover. Our first sub for each team. Checking in for the Indians is Ricky Goatley. And Jenkins checking in for Frederick Douglass. Jonte, the second leading scorer for Frederick Douglass, and he comes off the bench, Shane.
Yeah, it's very impressive. I was curious about that when he wasn't in the lineup, but their whole team's healthy. Talbot was making it really hard on Cam Steele earlier. Probably going to have to go to Goatley a lot tonight just to get him a break.
Goatley's got it. Ricky looking inside, lobs it up to Feldhaus. We got a foul inside as Busen and Jake were battling underneath. Everybody here for this one. Madison Central and Frederick Douglass, a big first round of the 11th Region Tournament matchup. Got an update from Lexington, 14-10. Bryan Station with 3 minutes to go on the first. Berea hung around with the defenders in that regular season matchup, and doing so again here on the road. Goatley three. It will hit the top of the backboard, and Frederick Douglass in command right now, 11-5, as we near a minute and a half to play in this first quarter.
Michael, every time Central's taking it inside, they've either gotten hit hard or gotten blocked. Settling for a lot of outside shots. You got to get rid of that fear and go back into the paint. Having trouble getting a bucket.
Jenkins with it. Yeah, and right now, Avion Chenault on the bench. So that's one of the best athletes the Broncos have out there, not in the game at the moment. Kicked it out in the hands of Wright. Now it's Surratt. He'll drive, and a whistle. Going to be a foul on Will Richardson. Third team foul against Madison Central. Are they going to call it a shooting foul or on the floor? Oh, it's 2 free throws coming up for Surratt.
At the line for the Broncos, number 3, Surratt.
Missed his first one earlier.
First of 2. Hits every part of the rim and settles down in. Surratt on the season, 75 free throws knocked down. He was a 78% free throw shooter. Hits both on these attempts. And the lead up to 8 for Frederick Douglass as another sub comes in. This time it's number 1, Terry Kaysen. Goatley will control the point guard duties with Steele on the bench. Gets it across the timeline. Over to Richardson. Indians working offensively here, down by 8 with under now a minute to go on this possession, and a reach-in foul called against Wright with 1:02 on the clock.
Already 9 players in the game for Douglass, going deep into the bench here early with a lead.
When you play the type of defense that really both of these two teams play, you need some depth. Feldhaus with it to Richardson. Will pump fakes back to Feldhaus. Jake will get in the lane. Drive. Will we have they're going to count the basket and a foul.
We're playing high-level continuation stuff here tonight.
If you're a Central fan, you'll take it. Check it out here on the replay. Feldhaus on the drive. There was the bump. There was the whistle. Took one extra step, and a free throw coming up for Jake Feldhaus.
That was his first basket of the game.
Try to make it a 13-8 lead for Frederick Douglass as Jake knocks it down. It's a 5-point Broncos lead. Surratt now bringing it up the floor. The leading scorer for Frederick Douglass. Richardson defending. Got to keep an eye on Jenkins. He's got it now. Richardson, great defense. Got in there to poke it away. Indians on the run. Richardson had it blocked from behind. And a foul is called.
See who they're going to get that.
There was bodies bumping below. We check it out here on the replay.
Called that one on Surratt, his first.
We see Richardson poke it away. Great defense and trying to just out-hustle everybody down the floor. Surratt, with a little bump there at the end of the play. I believe the block came from somebody else. Surratt picks up the personal.
Misses the first free throw there. Those are going to be clutch down the stretch.
One more attempt. Richardson splits a pair. 13-9, 33.5 seconds to play in the first. Indians down by 4, defending as Richardson waits on Surratt. He'll come across the midcourt stripe, working near side. It's Jenkins. He'll work on Morrison. Gets in the lane, kicks it out. Broncos on the drive again. Out to right. He'll lean in on Asher. Spins, puts up the shot, and puts it in. 7 seconds to go. Indians in a hurry, trying to get the shot off. Asher attacks the lane, off the glass and in. A quick answer and a much-needed answer from Luke Asher. He has 5 in the first. Indians down 15-11 after 1 on WBON TV.
Cars of Kentucky was once again voted the #1 pre-owned automobile dealership in Madison County. Some of the reasons why include the friendliest local staff. All prices on the vehicles are clearly marked. Plus, they have a great updated website that has all the inventory listed. Cars of Kentucky has a great location. Whether you need a gas saver, a truck, SUV, Cars of Kentucky has all the best brands. Cars of Kentucky, 356 Big Hill Avenue, or give them a call at 624-CARS.
The real estate company is locally owned and with over 20 years experience. Last year, they ranked 2nd in Madison County for overall sales. And if you're looking to buy or sell a home in Central Kentucky, why not choose the real estate company and their expertise of the area? Featured listings include many new constructions in Parkview at Hanger Farms here in Richmond, or this one in Stony Creek in Berea. Visit therealestatecoky.com to see a complete set of listings and find your next dream home.
Douglas and Madison Central battling it out here on WBON TV. Jamie Boggs and Michael Watkins here with you. It's got an update from Lexington, Bryan Station, and Berea, another one of our coverage area teams.
Wait for it.
Tied at 21 after 1. Pirates hanging in there with the defenders.
Played them close last week as well. Not sure what it is about that matchup, but they seem to be loving it so far. Goatley still in for Steele.
Yeah, and Goatley just has kind of a smoothness about him. More of an offensive threat than what Steele is. Goatley's got it here in the lane. Puts up the shot and puts it in. Right on cue, Ricky Goatley making it look good, Jamie, as he puts in the jumper. And the Indians trail by 2.
Douglas still with 4 subs in the game. Not that they're not capable, but so far things have been going Central's way. How long do you leave your starters on the bench?
Goatley on the attack again for the Indians after another Frederick Douglass turnover. Cody Morrison on the drive. Out to Goatley. Another jumper. Up, not this time. And Surratt clears it for the Broncos in a hurry. He'll attack. Gets in the lane, runs into Cody Morrison, lays it up, count the basket, and a foul.
Surratt living at the free throw line here in the first half.
Chenault set to re-enter as James Clare heads to the bench for the Broncos. And checking in for the Indians, Joe Powers for the first time tonight. Cody Morrison heads over to the bench. We have yet to see Christian Lawson. Indians will go about 8 deep themselves. Lawson has yet to see the floor as both Asher and Feldhouse, the top 2 scorers for the Indians, remain out there at the moment. 7:17 to play in the first half. Surratt nails another free throw. He's made 3 straight at the line, 3 of 4 here in the first half. And another sub checking in for Frederick Douglass. That's Travis Jones. So a 10th player now checking in for Frederick Douglass here in this first half, Jamie.
Yeah, this many players did not play in the first matchup. So you have to, this is part of their game plan, right? We're going to get out and run. We're going to sub often. First press we see here.
This is one of the things the Indians worked on during practice. Pass off the Feldhouse. It's a tad bit too high. Central worked on trying to find a flasher, whether it be from one of the sidelines or to the middle. Broncos showing off their length and athleticism, keeping it from doing up or getting it up the floor, and they forced the turnover. Here's Surratt working in on Powers. Good defense. Shot comes off. Man, Powers, really good defense, and then hung in there for the rebound. Asher now controls for Central. They work it over to Richardson, trying to post up Feldhouse, and again overthrew it. Turned over, outlet to now in the hands of number 5. That's Jones. He'll miss the shot. Chenault able to track down the loose ball. The Broncos have numbers here. A Surratt 3 is good. 21-13. Frederick Douglass out in front. And the Indians at the moment cannot find an answer offensively. Feldhouse slows it down to Goatley. Ricky, double team, throw it to Feldhouse. Jake to Richardson. Goatley open, finds a lane, kicks it out. 3 on the way. In and out. Feldhaus there for the rebound. Jake leans in, draws the foul. Baskets counts. And the free throw to come for Jake Feldhaus, showing off his dominance. Jamie, they're so good at keeping the ball from getting inside. That time, Jake kind of had to just do it himself, get the rebound, finish, and the free throw to come. Being so physical inside with the Indians' big man.
We don't have first quarter stats yet, but he has gotten the vast majority of the rebounds, I think, for either team.
Jake misses the free throw. Asher tipped the rebound.
Got it. That would have been huge.
Chenault lost the handle. Man, Central missed an opportunity there. Got to get on the floor for that one. Another loose ball. Broncos have it. Missed. Got it back. It's Jenkins, and he's able to lay it in. Back to an 8-point lead, 23-15.
There it is. That's how you break that press right there.
Feldhaus into Richardson. Pump fakes. Blocked. Man, Broncos just so athletic. Outlet up the floor. Jenkins 2 more and a timeout. Alan Feldhaus Jr. You knew it was coming. 30-second TO. We'll step aside and be right back in 30 seconds on WBON TV.
Batteries Unlimited in Richmond has you covered with all your battery needs. Plus, they're your local stop for U-Haul and your vehicle key and fob headquarters. Check out their new auto detail shop, Aces Detailing, located at Batteries Unlimited. They do simple detailing with a deep, thorough clean for the inside, wash and wax options for the outside, and a deep clean of the engine bay when your ride is dirty. Check out Aces Detailing at Batteries Unlimited.
Out of a timeout, Madison Central down by 10. Indians, Jamie, have gotten some good looks inside and from the three-point line. But you got to give credit to Frederick Douglass. Their defense preventing the shots from going in. Good pressure. And at the moment, they have a 10-point lead.
And I think the definition of a good shot changes when you're playing a team like this.
That's true.
They've gotten looks close to the basket, but that doesn't mean somebody's been open.
Long pass up the floor, turned over again, and Cam Steele will come right back in for the Indians as Chenault spins, hangs, and slams it down. Avion with the two-hand slam, and the Indians down by 12. Goatley in trouble. Bounce pass to Asher. Nearly turned over again, and we've got a 10-second violation. A turnover by Madison Central. Nothing going right for the Indians as Morrison and Steele re-enter, the starters back in the game.
For a team that thrives on defensive pressure, you're having your own game thrown at you. How do you respond? Down 12 early in the second.
Logan Busen set to check back in. Busen, really good football player.
And for the Indians, number 11, Cody Morrison.
They come in from Talbert to Jenkins. 27-15 at Jenkins 3. In and out. Rebound to Richardson. And Central heading back the other way. They'll get it to Feldhaus. Jake. Got a double team coming. Yeah, rightfully so. They'll get it back and work on the defense of Busen, who's a good defender in his own right. Swing it over to Steele. Now Richardson. Will not really looking to shoot. It's Asher. Near side in the hands of Morrison. Now Luke feeds it inside to Jake. And it's turned over again. Central trying to force it inside to Feldhaus. And it's just not working right now. The length and athleticism preventing the basketball from going inside despite the size disadvantage.
Don't you have to go with another game plan? Because obviously that's led to at least 6 turnovers. Are we going to see them continue to try to force the ball into him?
Well, we said somebody else has got to step up offensively. We know what Feldhaus and Asher are going to do. Well, right now the Broncos aren't even letting them do that. Here's Robinson to Busen at the left elbow. Right elbow making it. It's Jenkins on the attack. Stolen away by Steele. Indians, they'll slow it down. Now speed it up just a hair. Get it over to Asher. Luke picked up his dribble to Morrison. Now near side it's Steele on the right wing. Central's got to have some points here. Got to get some confidence breathed into them. Talbert defending on Steele. They'll feed it to Feldhaus on the deep corner. Now it's an Asher. Open look. Instead drives out to Morrison. Cody pump fakes. Out to Asher. Again, the length and speed and athleticism just really too much to overcome. Morrison's wide open. He'll take the three and put it in.
Huge shot.
When it looked like there was no life offensively, Cody Morrison takes care of that. A three-pointer to get the lead back down to single digits for Frederick Douglass. Indians need a spurt here, a nice little 6-7-0 run to give them some life. Down by 9, 3:15 in the first half to play. Talbot blocked. Jenkins the rebound. He's fouled. And free throws coming up as Asher picks up the personal.
It's his first.
Foul on the Indians, number 23, Luke Asher.
2 free throws coming up for Jenkins.
Broncos, number 2, Jonte Jenkins.
Now on Feldhouse Jr. Wheels are turning inside that man's head, just trying to find an answer for what the Broncos have thrown at his team. Jenkins makes the first free throw.
Broncos, number 3, Surratt.
Jonte, a senior, averaged 14.8 points per game this year.
Surratt back in for Chenault.
Those free throws good. 29-18, back to an 11-point lead. Here's Steele. And he's working up the floor to Morrison. This was what they wanted to do in practice. Executed finally, and I think Fellows even turned around to his bench and see what happens when we do that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do what I told you one time. Jenkins back to Robinson. Got to keep an eye on him. Busen gets it up top and checks over with Coach Garvin as they reset the offense. 29-20. Jenkins will work on Feldhouse. Blocked. Great defense by Jake. Morrison saves it. And Central will get the possession. Great defense on one end. Now can you turn it into offense on the other?
Heady play there by Cody. Can they break the press?
Steele. Bounce pass to Morrison. Up to Feldhouse. Jake going to work on Busen. Swing it around. Indians on the offense. It's Steele.
Busen may be the one player where Jake's length is going to be enough.
Yeah, inside. Feldhouse got it in the lane and able to finish. 29-22. Broncos quickly the other way. Jenkins missed. Central has numbers.
Crowd wanted to travel.
Feldhouse going to slow it down. Jake kicks it to Morrison. Cody, a deep one. In and out this time. It's a clean look, but unable to go down. Now Surratt attacking the other way. Gets it to Robinson. They'll feed it to Busen, left block. Logan working on Feldhouse. Picked up his dribble. Had it stripped away. Good defense. Here's Richardson. Off the glass. No. Asher tips it in. 29-26. And there's that 6 or 7-0 spurt we talked about. And it's the defense leading to offense. Morrison pokes it away. Richardson unable to finish, but Asher there to clean it up on the Kentucky Roofworks and Restoration replay. Big basket there for Madison Central, and Jamie down by just 5. Finally some life for Madison Central and for their fans to kind of come out of their seats for.
Yeah, they've done a better job of finding the right shot instead of forcing a shot. Great follow-up there by Asher. Not sure how that's not a goaltend. He rattled the entire building by slapping the glass before it hit the rim. But great run there. Now they can't let up. That's the thing. Frederick Douglass subbing in 10 guys. We've only seen 7 from Central. All starters still in the court now. See Asher there squatted. Hopefully that's not a sign of fatigue.
Well, the one thing about Asher is he missed the last 5 or 6 games of the regular season. And it's hard to kind of get back in that game shape, especially this kind of game shape.
Yeah.
The Broncos of the basketball. Last update we had from Lexington, Bryan Station and Berea. The Pirates had a lead in the second quarter.
Also confirmed Jack Hemingway, the leading scorer, has not been playing.
Oh, Surratt able to catch it and dunk it off the alley-oop. Pushes the lead back to 7.
Very well drawn up play out of the timeout there for Douglas.
Richardson on the near side at Steele. Broncos defending with Asher on the drive for Central, behind the back, lost the handle, got it back, kicks it out to Steele, nearly stolen away by Talbot. Steele driving in, kicks it out to Feldhouse. Jake will try one, missed it, and Surratt clears it out, outlet to Busen. Busen traveled with it.
No call.
Back to a 9-point Broncos lead. He took 3 steps from the 3-point line. Indians missed the call, or the officials might have missed one there, and the Indians Back down by 9 as Morrison works offensively. Steele will try one. Had it blocked. Busen will clear it out for Frederick Douglass. Logan on the drive. Leans in. Missed the layup. Central will lay it off for Morrison, and Allen Feldhouse Jr. says one shot. Let's hold for one. 33-24. Richardson's got it over to Morrison. Central needs a basket here to kind of get some of that momentum back heading into the halftime. Steele guarded by Talbert. Top to Feldhouse. Jake one-on-one with Busen. Got to get it off to Richardson's. Got to shoot it. Unable to knock it down. Triple teamed was Feldhouse. Richardson got a decent look. Unable to finish. And the first half comes to a close with the Indians down by 9. 33-24 to Frederick Douglass on WBON TV.
When perfect is in the air, you can feel it. Presenting the new Ultimate Comfort System from Lennox, the most advanced heating and air conditioning system ever.
Call 859-779-0122 now and get the best Lennox home comfort systems at a price you'll love. That's affordable heating and air at 859-779-0122 or online at affordableheating-air.com.
When the awful Michigan weather makes its way down I-75, you want your vehicle ready for anything. Holland Sons Auto Care knows there's no good time to break down, but especially when it's ice cold outside. So get that preventative maintenance taken care of at Holland Sons on North Keeneland Drive in Richmond. Holland Sons works on the smallest repairs all the way up to major engine work, and they can work on Chevy, Mercedes, and everything in between. So no need to take your German car up to Lexington to overpay when Holland Sons is just off exit 90 in Richmond. Call 859-626-7695 for Holland Sons Auto Care.
ABR Auto Recyclers in Richmond is buying your beat up and broke down cars. Have an old vehicle sitting around that you never got around to working on, or that old wreck in the backyard that you're sick of looking at? Call ABR Auto Recyclers at 859-369-5844. Not running? No problem. If you have an old vehicle, ABR Auto Recyclers wants to buy it. Get cash for your old car. ABR Auto Recyclers, 2294 Box Ankle Road in Richmond.
Change can be hard. We make it easy. While we haven't changed our commitment to exceeding customers' expectations since 1985, we have changed the many ways we help you manage your banking. Make the change to happier banking.
Back here on WBON TV as the Game Day Band out there performing for the Madison Central Marching Band. Get a good look at them as they are down there on the floor doing their thing. Jimmy, that's one of the things you look at, you know, the cheerleaders, the band, the janitors, like the folks that do things before, during, and after the game that really kind of go unnoticed. Those are kind of the unsung heroes, especially this time of year. We were out here at 1 o'clock today setting up for the game, and you could see the guys, the janitorial staff, just getting things ready for this big matchup tonight in the first round of the 11th Region Tournament. As we come at you live here on the Chenault Vineyards halftime show. Chenault Vineyards has become the go-to place for folks in Richmond and Madison County, and even some of the surrounding counties, for friends and family to get together and enjoy some great entertainment, great food, and some of the best views you'll find in Central Kentucky. You can like Chenault Vineyards on Facebook or go to ChenaultVineyards.com. It's some of the biggest events coming up this summer at Chenault Vineyards. Jamie, at the half, Indians down by 9. They had it down to 5. Broncos on the 4-0 run, and it's turnovers. There's 6 for Central, but there's also 6 for Frederick Douglass. I think it was just when those turnovers happened for the Indians, it kind of seemed to be 2 or 3 or 4 in a row there in that second quarter that really allowed Frederick Douglass to extend that lead.
I'm very surprised by that number. It seemed like quite a few more. And maybe in my head, I'm also counting those blocked shots, like we saw there from Chenault, to erase an open shot. They erased several open looks around the basket, and then that's when Central who raised some of their own, started taking a lot of shots from the outside.
Yeah, the three-point line, we talked about it. It's always been kind of an equalizer in the game of basketball. Right now, both teams not really hitting from three. The Broncos just 2 of 6, but the Indians 2 of 11, 18.2%. They have got to find a way to knock down some of those open looks, and there were plenty of them there in that first half. So we'll see if they can get it going here in the second half. Right now at midcourt, they're honoring a state champion.
During this tournament, Madison Central sophomore Mariah Reese won the KHSAA state championship in her weight class.
Mariah Reese, state champion from this past weekend. Congratulations to her. Central has their own now girls wrestling program. We just interviewed them a few weeks ago on the sports show that we do here on WBON, and Reese was one of our interviewees, and she won a state championship this past weekend for the Madison Central girls wrestling team, so congratulations to her.
It's my understanding that she brought her belt, and that was an open challenge.
Oh, so nobody took it. I don't blame them. Yeah, I don't blame them. She's a really good wrestler, and Robbie Cooksey, the athletic director at Madison Central, congratulations to her down there on the sideline. But right now, Indians within striking distance. That's really all you can ask for if you're Alan Feldhaus Jr. because of how poorly your team shot in the first half. 37% from the field overall, just 18% from the three-point line, and they got to the free throw line 4 times, only hit 2 of those. So nothing really going down for Madison Central. Broncos 48% from the field, 12 of 25. Points in the paint, a big deal as well, as the Broncos were able to get inside and do some damage. Second chance points, also a big deal. Broncos doing a good job of keeping Central off of the offensive glass. Feldhaus had a couple of chances, but it seemed like the Indians were just trying to force feed the big man inside. And not that there's anything wrong with that. He's your best player. But you could tell that the Broncos had keyed in on that and had found a game plan to kind of prevent him from even touching the basketball.
Yeah, and you've either got to, A, find out a way to use him as a decoy, which he has to score for them to win, or B, find out a different way to get him the ball down there. What is that? The answer to that? I don't know. That's why Alan Feldhaus is a Hall of Famer and I'm not, and I'm sure that's what they're talking about in the locker room right now.
Yeah, the Indians and the Broncos right now on the tight one. It's a 9-point deficit for Madison Central at the half. Madison Central here on WBON TV. We've got a big one up in Lexington as well. The Berea Pirates in the first round of the 11th region tournament. They're taking on Bryan Station. Pirates had a lead in the early stages of the second quarter, but are now down by 12, 41-29 at the half there. And here it's a 9-point deficit for the Indians as they battle the district counterpart of Bryan Station. Those two teams are in the top 5 all year long, as was Great Crossing. Central kind of stumbled down the end of the regular season, but right now hanging tough in the first round of the region tournament against the Broncos. We'll look at the individual stats when we come back here on the Chenault Vineyards halftime show. Don't go anywhere, folks. Lots more coming your way on WBON TV.
There's something special about a sit-down family meal together. At Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, we couldn't agree more. That's why we're making it easy with our 8-piece family meal at a great price. Enjoy a classic family meal without the hassle. It includes 8 mixed pieces of Famous Recipe Chicken, 2 large sides, and 4 fluffy biscuits. At Lee's, making your family's meal special is what we do best. Get a home-style meal made easy with our 8-piece family meal at a great price. Only at Lee's.
Stop by Lee's in Richmond today.
At Battlefield Tire and Auto Care, the question we hear the most is, do you do that? Yes, we do that. From fixing a flat to putting on a new set of tires on your wife's car, specializing in brakes to major engine work, electrical, air conditioning, and transmissions, yes, we do that too. We have over 80 years of mechanical experience. Plus, we know your budget doesn't always plan for the unexpected. With no credit check financing plans, you won't have to stress about keeping your car on the road. Battlefield Tire and Auto Care, 1974 Berea Road, family owned and fine-tuned.
Your vehicle's safety and integrity depend on its windows, which means a small crack can lead to big problems. Whether it's a repair or a replacement, the experts at Aero Auto Glass can have your car's windows looking like new in no time. With mobile service available in Lexington, Richmond, and surrounding areas, you can have your car serviced close to home. If you have damaged auto glass, call the professionals at Aero Auto Glass, 866-975-4527.
Near New Auto Center has been serving Berea in the same location for over 40 years. Check out the huge selection of Near New inventory online at our website, nearnewauto.com. Cars, trucks, SUVs, or minivans? Whatever you are looking for, you can find it at Near New Auto. You can also get pre-approved on the website. At Near New Auto, there's no bull. For the best deals on like new automobiles, 200 Richmond Road, North Berea. No bull, just good deals. Come see the difference. Don't buy new, buy Near New.
No salesman. Deal directly with the owner.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience.
We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Code Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now still in our Georgetown store.
Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come.
And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
When it comes to having someone work on our homes, you need someone you can trust. Someone who will get the job done the right way and be with you throughout the entire process. At Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration, they will meet with you and explain what needs to be done. They won't take advantage of you during your time of need and offer free roof inspections, water damage cleanup, water remediation, and restoration, plus more services. Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration. Online at KentuckyRoofWorks.com and on Facebook. There when you need us.
Welcome back in here on WBON TV. Special thanks to all of our great sponsors here, including AJ's Fireplaces and more. Arc Tactical. Also a special thanks to Berea Collision and Journeyman Moving. You can like all these great sponsors. You can find them on Facebook. Just search their names in your search bar, because you never know when you'll need these folks. I mean, if you're going to be moving sometime this summer, or maybe you need some help with some tactical gear, AJ's Fireplaces and more. They also do some outdoor work there, so maybe it's a fire pit you want help with, or also Berea Collision. Hopefully you don't need them anytime soon, but if you do, right there on Facebook is where you can find them. And a special thanks to Mike Brewer as well. Mike, a former Madison Central athlete, and again, I use the term athlete very loosely with the current Richmond City Commissioner, sponsoring our coverage tonight, and his alma mater, the Madison Central Indians, taking on Frederick Douglass here on WBON TV. Look at some of the individual numbers here from the first half. Broncos led by DeMarcus Surratt, their top scorer in the regular season. He had 27 the first time out. Jamie against Madison Central had 12 in the first half. His season average is 16 points per game, so he's well on pace to cover that. On the other end for the Indians, Jake Feldhouse, the top scorer for them, just 3 of 7 from the field, 7 points, 7 rebounds. Also had 3 blocked shots, as the Indians are going to have to find a way to either get him going or find a way to get him to potentially just draw the defenders and somebody else step up and provide some offense. But at the moment, nothing really going offensively for Madison Central. Feldhouse has got 5 points for Cody Morrison, 7 points for Luke Asher as well. He was 3 of 5 from the field, did knock down a big 3, but the Indians as a team, Jamie, just 2 of 11 from the 3-point line.
Yeah, and they're a better shooting team than that. I'm a big fan of the law of averages. I think if you have a rough first half, I mean, you may just have an awful night, but more often than not, you're going to start hitting a few shots, get back to about your season average, and if that's the case, they're going to be really hot.
Indians down by 9 at the half. We'll pause for another 2-minute commercial break. When we come back, the third quarter on the other side here on the Chenault Vineyards Halftime Show. Thanks for hanging out with us here, folks. A big one in Richmond on WBON TV.
Discover the hometown difference at Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond, Kentucky. Family owned and operated for 60 years, we're dedicated to providing outstanding customer service and a welcoming atmosphere. Our friendly staff is here to help you find the perfect vehicle and keep it running smoothly. Take a look at our new and quality pre-owned vehicles at jackburford.com.
I love this card.
Thanks. Go Colonels. Is it here? Hey, Coach, it's right here, but shouldn't you be at the game?
Carry your favorite team with you everywhere you go with the new EKU branded debit card from CG Bank. No matter what season it is, always show your Colonel pride.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
You've heard the name Chenault Vineyards, but what do you know about it? Chenault Vineyards is a place for the community to enjoy. Central Kentucky's premier event and wedding destination with 5 event venues, full-service catering, over 13 varieties of wine, live music entertainment, seasonal food options, weekly themed Wednesday night out and girls night out, trivia, murder mystery date nights, and free yoga on the point with beautiful views. Everyone can find something to do at Chenault Vineyards. Want to know more? Follow them on Facebook and Instagram or plan your night out at ChenaultVineyards.com.
Back on WBON TV to wrap up the Chenault Vineyards halftime show. Be sure to like Chenault Vineyards on Facebook or visit ChenaultVineyards.com to see a big list of events coming up this summer at Chenault Vineyards here in Richmond. Jamie, a big crowd on hand for this one, and rightfully so. It's the Indians and the Broncos, and Central's got to find someone on offense that can step up and help them get into a rhythm. Down by 9 at the half, and they will get the ball to begin this third quarter, I believe. Don't scratch that. The Broncos will get it.
First few possessions, Morrison was able to penetrate and open up some looks for other people. I look to them to go back to that. Yeah, we'll see if they go to that zone defense you were talking about. But I don't know that defense has really been the problem for them.
Yeah, they forced 6 turnovers. Broncos shot 48%, but I mean, they only shot 25 shots. Not really a lot of good looks either. They would just knock down some tough ones getting inside. That's the thing about Douglas. They don't take a ton of threes, but they did hit 2 of 6 in that first half. Central coming out in the man-to-man at the moment. Talbert on the drive, double teamed out to Surratt, wide open. Not a good idea to leave that guy open, and that's why.
Make some pay.
Had 12 points in the first half, now up to 15 on the very first possession. The top scorer for the Broncos gets an open 3. Where will the offense come on this end? Feldhouse with it, matched up with Busen. Jake spin inside, and a foul.
Yeah.
And Jake is probably going to have to try to get some more free throw attempts. And that's why, when you're a scorer and you're struggling from the field, getting to the free throw line is how you can kind of get yourself going. Let's see if Jake can knock down these 2 shots and start to maybe feel some rhythm offensively, because the Indians desperately got to have this guy putting some points up.
And if he's doing that, then Douglas is going to have to bring the double team a little faster, giving him a chance to find open teammates.
Jake does make the first of 2. One more free throw coming up for Feldhouse. The junior makes both. So the Broncos hit a 3 on their first possession. Central a couple of free throws, and it's a 26-36 Frederick Douglass lead by 10. Talbert on the drive. Gets in. Unable to finish. Asher able to track down the rebound. Here come the Indians. Cam Steele lays it off for Feldhouse. Pump fakes, driving in, bumped, and 2 more free throws coming up for Jake Feldhouse. And I like the aggressiveness we're seeing from the big man, Jamie. All business on that young man's face coming out of the locker room. So a pair of free throws coming up as Coach Garvin didn't like the call there. First one, good. Jake 3 of 3 at the line to start this third quarter, and the Indians have needed all 3. Another one to try to cut into that halftime deficit of 9, which is where we stand now. 36-27. Indians going right to left on your radio dial. If you've got us tuned in on 106.7 The Pinnacle. Misses. Got his own rebound. Lays it in.
Let's call that the inverted 3-point play.
5 points in the third quarter in the first 60 seconds. Let's see if that gets him going. Now up to 12 points in the game. Central back on defense. Surratt picked up by Jake defensively. Avion Chenault with the Richardson defending Busen. Central with the steal. They try to go inside to Logan. Richardson knocked it away. Morrison's got it for the Indians. Left side, it's Richardson. Indians working offensively. Richardson's got it again on the wing, looking inside to Feldhouse, and he threw it too hard, just kind of trying to feed it to Jake inside, and just threw it a tad bit too hard. Right through the hands of Jake Feldhouse.
Will's been a solid baseball player as well. A little too much pepper on that one.
36-29. Ended up joining the track team as well this year. Really good athlete is Will Richardson. The Indians back to work defensively as Surratt's got it for the Broncos. Robinson has been quiet tonight. They feed it into Chenault, and it's a turnover right back over to the Indians. And this slow pace at the moment favoring Madison Central. Steele. Going to work it up on Talbert. To Morrison. Cody inside to Feldhouse.
Great
double
pass.
teamed. And more free throws coming up for Jake Feldhouse as Avion Chenault picks up the personal.
I mean, this is doing so many things. It's getting him on the board. It's getting him going. It's getting them in foul trouble. It's keeping the clock stopped.
Yeah.
And they're going to be in the bonus in just a second.
Yeah, 3 fouls already in the first 2 minutes for Frederick Douglass as the Central bench looks on. And Jake, 3 of 4 at the line to start this third quarter, make it now 4 of 5, and another free throw to come for the big man for the Indians. Feldhouse digs back in, 1 dribble, and hits it.
He's up to 14.
36-31. He's got all 7 this quarter for Madison Central. As they work back defensively, Talbert picked up by Steele. A little chirping going on between those two. Talbert makes a 3, and the chirping between him and Steele got a little bit more personal there. Cam on the drive, nearly turned it over as Talbert came back in defensively. Man, Dakari Talbert, he absolutely tore up the Madison Central defense during that region championship game on the football field back in December. Here's a 3 by Morrison. Got it blocked by Surratt. Now Surratt attacking the other way. Hangs. Got it blocked, but a whistle will come in, and free throws coming up for DeMarcus. The top scorer for Frederick Douglass had a big 3-pointer on their opening possession, and he'll go back to the line here for a pair of free throws.
At the line for the Broncos, number 3, DeMarcus Surratt. Shooting 2.
Indians down by 8. Surratt makes the first. Looked at that 3 by Talbert in the first half. Dakari, 1 of 2 from the 3-point line. On the season, he was just 17 of 51. So that's a shot you're willing to give up.
Right.
But he's hit 2 of them tonight. 40-31. Broncos. Richardson. Central back against this press defense from Frederick Douglass. Morrison's got it.
Now he got numbers.
Morrison just not, or make that Richardson not looking to shoot. Had a look for a second, kind of hesitated. Now it's Morrison with it for Madison Central. They'll pick it up to Feldhouse. Jake guarded by Busen. Fed inside to Asher. Luke will face up, turn around, knock down the jumper. Love the confidence from Luke Asher against the tremendously athletic Avion Chenault. 40-33. Talbert another 3. This one comes off. Chenault up high for the rebound.
What a rebound.
Almost turned it over. 3 from Robinson. That comes off. Another rebound. Chenault saves it. It'll stay with the Broncos.
No, they're going to say he stepped on the line.
Okay.
So it'll go to Central.
Go back over to the Indians. And it's Jenkins checking back in Robinson. We talked about him being such a great shooter. For the moment, the Indians have kept him in check.
I think that was his first 3-point attempt.
Yeah, I think he had 1 in the second quarter that he missed. Nope, you're right. That was his first 3-point attempt.
Turnover.
Jenkins
back to the Broncos.
To Busen. Logan unable to finish. Another offensive board for Chenault. Avion just so athletic, and he's fouled as it goes back up for 2. Chenault had 3 rebounds in that first half. He's got 3 offensive rebounds in this third quarter alone.
And that's the 3rd foul on Luke Asher.
Lead is right back to 9. Chenault trying to push to double digits. Missed it, and Feldhouse there to clear it out for the Indians. Here's Richardson up the right sideline. Bounce pass to Steele. Steele couldn't handle the pass. Turned it over. Chenault hangs and dunks. Get out of the way when that young man's got the basketball on the fast break. Steele with it for Central to Asher. Indians need a basket. Luke hangs, and he'll have a pair of free throws coming up. That's another foul on Chenault as well. Avion picks up his third.
Number 10, Chenault. At the line, Luke Asher. Shooting 2.
So Asher will go to the charity stripe. Clock stopped, as you said, and the Indians will be in the bonus the rest of the way. 3:52 to play. Down by 11 following the two-hand slam by Avion Chenault, his second dunk of the game tonight. And Asher misses the first free throw too hard on the attempt.
Number 1, Terry Casey.
Terry Kaysen checking back in. Chenault heads back to the bench, try to preserve those fouls for the fourth quarter. With your team on top by 11, Asher trying to make it 10 with his second free throw. Asher digs in, splits a pair, and the Indians down 44-34. Still a long way to go here in Richmond as Jenkins controls the point guard duties, the sixth man for Frederick Douglass, their second leading scorer. Talbot picked up by Steele, dribbles left side to Surratt, gets a screen. Surratt pulls the three, puts it in. He is so smooth, Jamie. Showing off his confidence, up to 18, make it 20 points now. Morrison able to spin free and lay it in. Indians again able to execute that press breaker, and it ends up in a layup for Morrison. Surratt another three-point attempt. This one comes off, and the rebound tracked down by Morrison.
Richardson had a hand in his face that time.
Central needs another nice little mini spurt here, another 6-7-0 run to creep back into this ball game. Morrison's got it on the left wing to Feldhouse. Thought about a deep three. Kicks it over to Cody. Morrison dribbling into the lane. Kicks it out to Richardson. Indians need it. And Will Richardson delivers from long range. His first three-pointer of the ball game, and it could not have come at a better time as the lead down to 8, 47-39. Timeout, Coach Garvin and the Broncos want to talk it over. We step aside for 30 seconds. We'll be right back on WBON TV.
To some, it's just a boat. But to Jim, it's his escape from meetings, traffic, and the grind of daily life. He may not catch any keepers, but he wouldn't trade his day on the lake for anything in the world. That's why his boat is insured by Kentucky Farm Bureau. But it's not just Kentucky's Farm Bureau. It's Jim's Recharge the Battery Farm Bureau.
My Farm Bureau.
David Mayo, John Rader, and Chris Hornsby with Kentucky Farm Bureau.
(47-39), Madison Central down 8 with 2:26 remaining in this third quarter on WBON TV and also live on 106.7 The Pinnacle. Michael Watkins along with Jamie Boggs, and Jamie, at the moment, Indians down by 8. They were down 9 at half. They've kind of just hung around trading baskets back and forth, but it's been a couple of guys stepping up. Richardson knocking down that big three a moment ago. We'll see what the Broncos do here. And for the first time tonight, Central back in that 2-3 zone. Talbot
Surratt has hit 2 threes this half.
Yeah, he's the guy you got a key on, especially with Robinson out.
We'll see if they bring him back in now as well.
Central got a stop on that possession. Feldhouse leaning in, and 2 more free throws coming up for Jake Feldhouse. He is going to shoot attempts 7 and 8 of the third quarter alone. He's missed one thus far as he steps back up there with a chance to knock this lead back down to 6.
They got it as close as 5 in this quarter, and it slipped back down to 12.
Feldhouse makes the first.
And there's Robinson.
Yep, didn't take long. Coach Garvin saw the Indians back in that zone defense.
I think he heard me. Probably.
Scouting report.
Yeah.
Got the headphones in, tuning this in. That's nice of him.
That's a good idea.
And Feldhouse makes both. 47-41. See, and I think, Coach or Cam Steele pointing out that Robinson was back in the game, so you got to key on him here. Got it on the right wing. They work it over to Surratt. He's hit 2 threes this quarter. Kicks back to Robinson, deep right corner, swung around. Indians working defensively in this zone defense. Got to watch Robinson. He's got it here again. Good defense, Madison Central. Surratt, 3 on the way, and it's in and out. Rebound, Feldhouse. Put up by Kaysen, unable to finish. Indians can knock it down to 4 or 3 with a 3 on this possession. Morrison thought about the 3-point attempt. Instead, in trouble as he picked up his dribble. Gets it to Steele. Steele will reset the offense. Over to Richardson. Will gets a screen from Feldhouse. Now it's Morrison. Cody. Over to Feldhouse. Jake pump fakes, drives on Surratt. Tried to hammer it home, missed it. And there's a travel called as Jenkins slipped. Yeah, Feldhouse very, very upset with himself. Jamie, if he hammers that home, the roof explodes.
Absolutely.
Off of Allen Feldhouse Jr. court.
I know he didn't make it, but that's the right call.
Yeah.
If you can hammer that down, it's a game changer.
Richardson with it for the Indians again. Now it's Steele looking to post up inside, and they lob it up to Morrison. And Cody Morrison will shoot 2 free throws as Claire picks up the personal. The halftime adjustments are so important. Central went into the locker room. I'm guessing Coach Feldhouse said we got to slow things down, work it inside ourselves. They're doing so, and it's paying off as they've knocked off, at the moment, 3 points from that halftime deficit. It stays there with that missed free throw from Morrison, but he'll have another.
It's the 3rd missed free throw of the quarter for the Indians.
They've been there a lot. Cody with one more attempt. The only senior on the roster for Madison Central. And he makes it 47-42. Indians got it down to 5 once in this quarter. Broncos pushed it back to double digits. It's back down to 5 as we are under a minute to play in this 3rd quarter. Indians sitting back defensively. Broncos fans come to life. Surratt with a hope for the final shot, it looks like. And Surratt's got in the gym range. Got to take care of, got to keep an eye on him. And you got to keep an eye on Robinson on the left wing. Robinson now goes in motion. He'll come near side in the right corner. And Surratt going to go to work. 8 seconds to play. Surratt thought about a 3. Robinson's got it. And it's poked away, deflected out by Morrison with 5.5 on the clock. Broncos trying to figure out who will inbound. It'll be Jenkins. Looking for Robinson off the curl. Couldn't get it to him. Now it's Surratt. He'll work on Richardson. Step back, and he traveled with it.
With 3 seconds left.
And the Indians have a chance here, down 5, with a chance to cut into that deficit even further. A great defensive stand by Madison Central.
James Harden ain't walking through that door with a step back.
Indians. See where they go to. They'll come into Morrison. Cody fading away at the buzzer. Puts it in! A huge 3 from Cody Morrison. Fading away with the buzzer-beating triple after 3. Indians down by 2. Let's take one more look on the Kentucky Roofworks and Restoration replay. Morrison dials it up from distance, and the crowd erupts as we go to the 4th quarter on WBON TV.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
At Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, we make it our priority to deliver the gentle, compassionate care that you deserve from a dentist. Offering single-visit restoration on crowns, bridges, inlays, onlays, and veneers with CERAC. Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry is equipped to handle all your dental needs, from surgical implant placement and restoration, teeth whitening, root canal therapy, and more. And we now have the Cone Beam 3D technology for taking scans of the jaw. For your next dental appointment, call Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry at 859-985-0201.
Back here on WBON TV, Jimmy Boggs, Michael Watkins, and Jamie, the halftime adjustments paying off for the Indians, down 2, heading to the 4th with the basketball.
Morrison hitting a 3 at the buzzer to pull back within 2, the closest this has been since the game was 4-2.
So Steele will inbound. Here's Morrison. Cody driving, unable to finish, would have tied it up. Houston clears it out for the Broncos. On the attack to Surratt. Robinson three-pointer. Man, that kid doesn't take much breathing room for him to break free. Able to put it in. Feldhaus will drive in, hangs, blocked, and that might be a goaltend. Chenault got up high as Surratt picks up the personal, and once again it will be two free throws coming up for Jake Feldhaus.
At the line, number 20, Jake.
Third foul on Chenault as we get this replay here.
See if Chenault got a that's just a nice block. Man, he is a freak athlete.
It's the best athlete I've seen all season.
Avion, believe he's going to play football. I can't remember who he's committed to, but I mean, they've got athletes all through that school. Logan Busen also committed to play football at the next level. Feldhaus misses the first. One more free throw coming up for Jake. Second one is good. He splits a pair. Indians down 4, 50-46. Low scoring game here in this one. I think this score, this pace is right where Madison Central wants it at right now. Talbert's got it. Swing it over to Robinson again. Got a key on him. Surratt to Talbert. Pick it inside. Chenault wasn't ready for it. Turnover.
Can't believe Surratt didn't take that shot. He's been hot from the outside.
Central slows it down once again. Cam Steele with it for the Indians. He'll work on Surratt. Left wing over to Cody Morrison. Looking inside to Feldhaus. Astor's going to keep it. Now over to Jake. He'll take a 3. Short. Rebound Surratt. Broncos on the fast break. Talbert hangs. Reverse. Man, pretty move by him. And a timeout by the Broncos head coach, Coach Garvin, with a 6-point lead, 52-46. 30-second timeout, 6:48 to play. We'll keep it right here. And Jamie, what a game it's been, back and forth. Central's been down for pretty much the entirety of the game, but they're right there with a spot to keep it close within striking distance. And they change it to a full timeout, but what a game it's been. Crowd is loving this pace and the way their Indians are playing on their home floor.
Exciting plays on both ends of the court, both offensively and defensively. Ton of block shots. Big time players making big time plays. We got just a few minutes here to get it settled. Frederick Douglass on a 4-0 run. Central's going to have to make a run of their own here soon.
And here's the thing about this moment. You've got two very experienced head coaches. Some of these guys have never really been in a situation like this. For Madison Central, all these young guys, even Feldhaus himself, he had a great run at Mason County his first 2 years. But even has he been in a moment like this? Whereas the Broncos, we talked about it, they've been in the region championship game 3 out of the last 4 years. And guys like Busen and Chenault, and they've been playing. They're experienced in these type of moments. We'll see if that comes into play down the stretch. So 6:48 to play, 52-46. Indians back to work offensively.
Full court pressure worked a ton in the second quarter.
Feldhaus has got it. Jake on the sideline, double teamed, hits it over to Cam Steele. Steele with Robinson defending. Over to Morrison. Cody to Luke Asher. Luke going to face up on Chenault. Got the defender in the air. Morrison now looking back inside. Feldhaus has got it on the block. Jake double teamed. Asher now in control. Feeds inside to Richardson. Back to Asher. Back to Feldhaus. Jake going to work on Busen. Throws up a shot and is fouled. And two more free throws coming up for Feldhaus. Might have got a bit bailed out there on that one, Jamie, as he was fading away. Threw up a shot, but he might, hard for us to see from this angle, there might have been contact underneath, and that's why he shot it.
He certainly wasn't super close to making it. So given how he's been shooting tonight, I would say there had to be some sort of contact to cause that.
Feldhaus has lived at the line in the second half, makes the first.
Up to 18 on the night.
And Logan Busen, a veteran himself, talking to the official about what he did wrong and what he could fix as they head down the stretch here in this last 6-11. Jake makes both. Man, he has been clutch at the line. They need more of it, though, down 4. Back to work defensively as Central once again sits back in this 2-3 zone. Here's Talbert. Over to Robinson. Work it on the right side to Talbert again. Got to keep an eye on Robinson. He's got it on the left wing. Broncos patiently working the ball around on offense. Talbert got in the lane, kicks it out to Surratt. Richardson now over to Robinson.
Really good patience from the Broncos here.
Yeah, they got this lead. Let's work that clock. Look for a good shot. Talbert's got it back on the right side. Surratt. Now work it over to Robinson. Back to Talbot. Back to Robinson. They set a screen for him. Open look. Couldn't get it to fall, but Busen right there for the offensive rebound. Now Talbot tries one. His shot won't go, and Asher with the rebound.
Busen set the screen at the three-point line. Still got the rebound. Really impressive play there.
Asher, Indians catch a break. A great look for the youngster Robinson. Asher on the drive. Hangs. Wild shot. Free throws coming.
That's 4 on Chenault, if that is on him.
And it is. Jake's. Give me a great Propel water. I'll take it. Luke Asher will shoot 2. And earlier in this quarter, Luke split a pair. His team down 4 with 5:01 remaining in the fourth quarter. And if I'm not mistaken, Jamie, I don't think the Indians have made a substitution in this second half.
They have not.
It's been these 5 guys out there battling it out against the Broncos, who continue to kind of move guys in and out, and Chenault picks up his 4th. So he'll have to sit for at least 2, maybe 3 minutes. And Asher, calm, cool, and collected, knocks down both free throws. A 2-point Broncos lead. There's a reason, folks, that this one was a highly touted affair across the state. We come down the stretch in the fourth quarter. Indians down by 2, once again sitting back in this 2-3 zone.
And here comes this Indian crowd.
Jenkins, screened by Busen. It's in the lane, kicks it out. It's Robinson. Back over to Talbot. Surratt been quiet thus far in the second half. Had a couple of 3-pointers in that third quarter, but has yet to do much in the fourth. Robinson's got it again into Jenkins. Jenkins drives in, and he's fouled from behind by Richardson. Not a bad foul, as Surratt had an open look.
They called that one on Feldhaus. Only his second. Really no Indians in foul. Well, Asher has 3, but still in the game.
Robinson takes it out to Talbot in the corner. Dakari will work on Cam Steele. They'll dribble it back up. Indians now in a man-to-man out of the inbounds. And they'll switch over to a 2-3 zone here as Robinson gets loose for 3. Missed it. Busen tips out the rebound. Richardson will corral it. And here come the Indians with a chance to tie or take the lead.
Credit Cam Steele for that. Great position for that rebound. Busen couldn't get both hands on it.
Asher can't tie it up. Feldhaus able to stretch out for the rebound. Put back won't go. Talbot lost the handle. It's loose. Richardson to Asher. Spinning. Unable to finish. Might have been better suited to kind of kick that one back out and reset. Still down by 2 as they get it back to work defensively.
This crowd is looking for a reason to erupt. That tie ball game. If Central's able to do it, it's going to explode in here.
Surratt content to just hold it for a moment. And I think this might be good for Central to kind of gather themselves and catch their breath for the moment. Talbert with still defending. They work it over to Surratt. Back to Talbert. 3:10 to play in the fourth. DeMarcus kicks it back to Talbert. The Indians have got to kind of pressure him a bit here. Yeah, Steele's got to kind of protect that lane as well. They go back to Surratt. He'll drive it in. Hangs, blocked, and there's a late whistle. And Feldhaus picks up his third. Jake doesn't like the call, but in this situation, got to be careful here. You don't want to draw the tee. As we look back on the Kentucky Roofworks and Restoration replay, Surratt drove in. There was some contact with the body. Looked like it was clean with the hand on the ball, but body bumped by Feldhaus, and that drew the personal foul.
Crowd did not like the call. Surratt's been shooting really well from the charity stripe tonight.
DeMarcus, a 78% free throw shooter, misses the first. Yeah, and all 3 Central coaches, Feldhaus, Park, and Pyatt, standing up to tell them you've got to box out.
Chenault back in for Talbert. I'm not sure you take Talbert out right now.
Now Talbert's been very steady player tonight. Surratt, man, he missed both. Ball tipped around. Jenkins the offensive rebound. Buson's got it to Chenault. Robinson open for 3. Missed it, and another long loose ball. It's tracked down by Buson, and he called a timeout. Timeout by the Broncos with 2:45 to play. Folks, you can't go anywhere. Let's catch our breath and come back on WBON TV.
Whitaker Bank in Madison County is your local bank for convenience. With more branches than literally any other bank in Madison County, why go anywhere else? Whitaker Bank is known for their friendly customer service and easy access drive-thrus. Whitaker Bank, your home for local, friendly, family banking. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Orthopedic and Sport Physical Therapy will help guide you on your road to recovery.
It is our mindset, a spirit driven to excellence to help people heal faster and better.
If you have pain or an injury, or you need experts in sports medicine, Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy is your best choice in rehabilitation, and you have direct access.
In most cases, you do not need a referral to any of our 7 locations serving the region.
Just give OSPTKY a call. Visit our website at osptky.com to find the location nearest you.
The action here in Richmond. What a game coming down the stretch in the fourth quarter in the first round of the 11th region tournament. You lose or you go home. Broncos with a couple of extra shots at it here. A second offensive rebound by Logan Buson, and a heads-up play to call timeout to preserve the possession. Broncos have it coming out of the timeout with a 2-point lead. Surratt will dip under 2.5 on this possession. Back up top, the top scorer for the Broncos. A good game tonight, nearing 20 points, average 16 on the season. Yeah, Indians fans doesn't like that the Broncos are content to hold it here, but why wouldn't you be with this game as close as it is? Force the Indians to come out and defend. Surratt's got it again, out near the volleyball line.
Michael, I've never been a fan of taking the air out of the ball in basketball. I think it works on the football field, but it takes you so much out of your rhythm offensively to throw the ball back and forth and not be aggressive. I think it gets you on your heels a little bit.
They're just going back and forth. Chenault, Robinson, and Surratt to Chenault. Now Robinson again.
They're going man.
Yeah, they're going to switch it up, and rightfully so. Richardson out to defend Surratt, and the Indians know the play call. They have scouted it quite well. Surratt got a screen, throws it into Buson.
Great job switching by everybody. There was a 3-player switch right there.
They knew exactly what the play call was. Steele is trying to deny Surratt. He does. Buson's in trouble. Able to get it to Surratt. Houston, and he stepped on the baseline. Or on the sideline,
He got out of bounds when he caught the ball. Great defense there by everybody, especially Cam Steele.
You talked about it. If we look back at the Kentucky Roofworks and Restoration replay, Jamie, they kind of took the air out of it and just kind of lost their rhythm offensively, and now it's Alan Feldhaus.
You can tell from here he's standing out of bounds.
They want to call the timeout. We'll take it with them. Back in 1 minute, a minute 19 remaining in the fourth on WBON TV.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
When you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Jerry Goebel in Richmond today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Gillum Sports Lounge isn't just a place for good food and hospitality. It's about gathering with family and friends, satisfying those taste buds, and cheering on your favorite team. You can't go wrong with one of their delicious burgers, salads, pizzas, or one of their many appetizers. Order online or stop in and see for yourself why Gillum Sports Lounge has been a staple in Richmond for almost 20 years. Located inside the Richmond Mall. Gillum Sports Lounge. Like them on Facebook to see more.
52-50. With a minute 19 to play, Indians down by 2 with the basketball. And it's the starting five, the same five that's been in the entire second half. Morrison, Steele, Richardson, Feldhaus, and Luke Asher in the game for Madison Central. Broncos in kind of a three-quarter court press. Feldhaus over to Steele. And Cam will set the offense up. Over to Asher. They work it near side to Morrison. Looking inside. You don't want to force it, though. Into Jake Feldhaus. As now it's Asher again. Up top to Morrison, the senior. Central very patient offensively here. Asher takes the long two. It rattles out. That's a great look. And a shot that Asher can put down. He missed it, and Jenkins attacks the other way for the Broncos. Chenault hangs, and he'll go to the line for 2 shots.
Busson was doing a great job defensively on Feldhaus down there. Keep in position. That is going to be Asher's 4th. They're doing a big cleanup there. A lot of bodies on the floor. Chenault going to the line for 2 important free throws.
At the line, number 10, Avion Chenault.
Two free throws coming up for Avion Chenault.
On the season, a 61% free throw shooter.
You just need him to at least miss one if you're Central. Looked good on that first attempt. Got to box out as well. We know about the athleticism of these guys from Frederick Douglass. Got to put a body on them. Chenault makes both. 2 clutch free throws for Avion. Steele in trouble. Got to split it. Able to. Richardson, man, couldn't control it. You got to come out and press defense now. Sub, Dakari Talbert set to enter. It'll see if he takes Jenkins' spot. No, it's going to be Busson. Coach Garvin want to get some more of his ball handlers in there. Talbert looking for someone to get it to. Finds Jenkins. Jenkins attacks, and he's fouled.
That's going to do it for Luke Asher.
Yeah, Asher will foul out, his 5th. Not a ton of contact there, but enough to blow the whistle. Jenkins, kind of interesting that he shot it.
Yeah.
You're going to back that out and force Central to come out and defend you. Let's see who Coach Feldhaus goes with. It'll be Joe Powers coming in. First sub of the second half for the Indians.
Checking in for the Indians, number 24.
Jenkins is 65% free throw shooter. Already a 2-possession game.
For the Broncos, number 2, Jonte Jenkins.
Jenkins makes the first. Broncos doing what they're supposed to do, make their free throws down the stretch. They keep doing this, and they'll see a matchup with, I believe, Lex Cath or Western Hills. Shot good, so a 6-point lead, and Busen will come right back in. And I like the job by Coach Garvin here. You make the sub, you're allowed to kind of calm things for a moment, reset your defense.
And the offense-defensive sub. If Busen's not in right here, Feldhaus has an edge. I mean, still has an edge, but Busen's done a great job on him.
Richardson, double team. To Morrison. Cody driving in. Out to Feldhaus. Jake takes the three-pointer. Missed it. Rebound to Robinson. Taken away by Richardson. And they'll call a foul on Will Richardson with 21.7 to play.
Nobody in the gym likes that call. Usually you go in with two hands, Michael, and rip it out. They're going to give you the benefit of the doubt. You go in with one, it looks like a reach.
Yeah, that one, it looks clean from here. Again, the official, much better vantage point than we've got.
That's going to send Robinson to the line for two. He was 1 for 2 in the first half from the free throw line.
Yeah, you make both of these, it's a 4-possession game. Oh, 3-possession game with 3 threes.
I gotta take my shoes off. I don't know.
21.7 to play. First free throw is good from Robinson, 57 to 50. He'll have another. Man, the Broncos so clutch down the stretch at the line. Both of them good, 58 to 50.
Checking in for the Broncos on the floor, Dakari Talbot.
Coach Garvin still coaching his guys up here. Steal, bounce pass to Morrison. Cody hangs. Man, missed the layup. Richardson blocked by Chenault, and that'll be his 5th. But it might be a bit too late. Will Richardson will step up to the free throw line for 2 shots.
How did that lay in by Morrison not go in? He dropped it into the basket, and it still jumped out.
So if you're Richardson here, do you miss this free throw, try to get the ball back and get an extra possession? He makes it.
I think it's enough of a deficit where you have to take the points, and then you're going to have to foul anyway if you can't get a turnover immediately.
58-52, we'll keep it right here. Special thanks to our sponsors tonight, including folks over at AJ's Fireplaces and More, Art Tactical, Korea Collision, Journeyman Moving, and of course, Richmond City Commissioner Mike Brewer for sponsoring our coverage tonight here in the postseason. All these folks that have been with us from the start of the year, including the ones here in the postseason. Special thanks to you for helping us out and bringing the coverage to you from the 11th region tournament. Don't forget, the Lady Indians will be in action on Thursday night in the semifinals. They'll take on Lafayette. That game will take place over at Dunbar. We will not have live coverage of that one. Could maybe potentially be there for the region championship should Central on the girls' side make it there. Boys down by 6 with 14.2 to play. Jenkins will be the inbounder. Thought Chenault fouled out there. He must have called it on somebody else. That might have just been his fault.
Maybe.
So Jenkins under the basket. Looking to come in to Talbot, and Talbot immediately fouled by Morrison. 13.6. Once again, if Frederick Douglass, just make your free throws, and you advance to the semifinals.
They've hit 6 in a row so far. Very composed.
At the line for the Broncos, number 4, Dakari Talbot.
First free throw is good. 59-52. 13.6 to play. Man, how about that? They have not missed a free throw down the stretch here. Talbot makes them both. Indians, I think you got to start going for threes now, Jamie.
Oh, yeah. You got to try to get something up quick. A lot of desperation coming in at this point.
Steal. Had it poked away. Chenault.
Showtime.
Exclamation point on a win. Frederick Douglass will knock off Madison Central. Final score 62-52 as the Indians fall in the first round of the 11th region tournament. Broncos, a top 5 team all year long, despite a loss in the district championship, they once again show why they are such a good team. They'll come on the road and defeat the Indians 62-52 as we step aside for a commercial break. We'll come back here and wrap things up on WBON TV.
At the Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, we have activities galore, including video games, bowling, pool, delicious food at Champions, plus karaoke and live entertainment 7 days a week. Enjoy the climate-controlled patio, watch NFL football, and your Kentucky Wildcats all season long. The Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, just off exit 87 at 1025 Amberley Way in Richmond.
Pruitt & Sons Auctioneers have over 24 years experience in the auction industry. Whether you're selling real estate, personal property, or liquidating your assets, Pruitt & Sons can help take your property to auction and walk you through the process. Serving all over Central Kentucky, visit PruittAuctioneers.com. And remember, Angela Pruitt for all your real estate needs as well.
It's that time of year when we are day and night driving with our kids all over. Your car never stops. At AMCO Transmissions, we make sure to keep you rolling. We have the latest technology, certified technicians, and longest warranty to keep your vehicles running strong. We specialize in all foreign and domestic transmissions, drivetrain, or just general maintenance. Did you know at AMCO the average customer saves $1,800 in comparison to the dealer? And AMCO has a longer warranty. Come see us at AMCO Transmission for the best service and the cheapest prices around. AA MCO.
Cars of Kentucky was once again voted the #1 pre-owned automobile dealership in Madison County. Some of the reasons why include the friendliest local staff. All prices on the vehicles are clearly marked. Plus, they have a great updated website that has all the inventory listed. Cars of Kentucky has a great location. Whether you need a gas saver, a truck, SUV, Cars of Kentucky has all the best brands. Cars of Kentucky, 356 Big Hill Avenue, or give them a call at 624-CARS.
The real estate company is locally owned and with over 20 years experience. Last year, they ranked second in Madison County for overall sales. And if you're looking to buy or sell a home in Central Kentucky, why not choose the real estate company and their expertise of the area? Featured listings include many new constructions in Parkview at Hanger Farms here in Richmond, or this one in Stony Creek in Berea. Visit therealestatecoky.com to see a complete set of listings and find your next dream home.
Batteries Unlimited in Richmond has you covered with all your battery needs, plus they're your local stop for U-Haul and your vehicle key and fob headquarters. Check out their new auto detail shop, Aces Detailing, located at Batteries Unlimited. They do simple detailing with a deep, thorough clean for the inside, wash and wax options for the outside, and a deep clean of the engine bay when your ride is dirty. Check out Aces Detailing at Batteries Unlimited.
Back here to wrap things up on WBON TV. Jamie Boggs, Michael Watkins, and Jamie, an impressive showing tonight by the Broncos of Frederick Douglass. Central made some really good halftime adjustments, came out, started executing a lot better in that third quarter. Fourth quarter, hung right there with them. And now when you look at where they stand, they go on to face Lexington Catholic, Great Crossing, and Bryan Station. Man, those semifinals are going to be a lot of fun up at Dunbar.
Yeah, up at Dunbar, that's going to be 4 teams that can make a run if they get into the Sweet 16 playing against each other. And this Central team, I think tonight showed that they are in that caliber. Cody Morrison moving on as a senior, getting everybody else back, a lot to build on. And I'm telling you, they were right in this. About 3 minutes to go. They had about 4 shots to tie it. None of them fell. If any of those fall, I think this is a different outcome.
Well, you look at this Indians team really all year long. I mean, they were right there with some of the upper echelon teams, not only in the 11th region, but in the state. I mean, they were close with Lost to an overtime game to Henry Clay. They were right there with Great Crossing, right there with Douglas till the end. Same thing with Bryan Station. Those games kind of got away from them late, similar to this one. I mean, it's a 10-point loss, but a game, it was a lot closer than that final score will show you. But when we talk about Madison Central, the girls team this year, they're making a run, might even be the favorite from this side to go on to the 11th Region Championship game, whereas Franklin County and Frederick Douglass play each other in the semifinals. Central, a top 10 ranked team, will play a Lafayette team that they beat by 17 in the regular season. But all year long, we've been saying that the Central girls have been building toward this year. Yep. I think next year we'll say that same thing about this Madison Central boys team because they took their lumps last year. With all these young guys that are on the floor in this game, all those guys had to go trial by fire, go out there and learn on the fly last season. They come in, expectations were a little bit different because you added Jake Feldhaus. But now with this loss in the first round of the 11th Region Tournament, third straight year losing to Douglas in the 11th Region Tournament, I think now they can say, okay, we've been there. We know what it takes to really be a good team in the 11th Region and across the state, and they'll come out stronger and be ready to go next season.
Absolutely. Going to return a ton of seniors, a lot of younger guys moving up, so much talent in this program. As far as I know, Alan Feldhaus isn't going anywhere, so they'll be good as long as he's here, and looking forward to the future for the Indians.
They lose tonight 62-52, your final score as we wrap things up here with our broadcast. We really appreciate you tuning us in, folks. What a fun night it was here and across the season. Not sure where things stand as far as basketball goes, as far as the semifinals. We know we can't do the game Thursday night. Might be able to potentially work something out for the region championship game. We'll let you know when that kind of comes around. We'll see how things end up on Thursday before we go down that path. So Friday, we'll have an answer as far as what our coverage will look like should the Lady Indians of Central advance to the region finals, which will take place Saturday night at Dunbar. But for tonight, we'll wrap things up. Boys season comes to an end. Berea loses on the road at Bryan Station. Good season for Coach Fields and the Pirates, and they hung right there with the defenders for half of basketball as well.
They did, again, without their leading scorer, Jack Hemingway, at all in the last two games, and bringing almost everybody back for Berea. So can't wait to see what the 44th district has for us next season.
Really good job tonight by our camera crew as well. Aiden Mills, Copeland Peterson, and Garrett Stearns doing a great job on the cam for these games this evening. And our Superman who does it all, Gage Hill, our producer, special thanks to him as well for doing the controls here on the TV side. Samantha Burford's been under the weather the last couple of days, so unable to get out and be here with us tonight. But for Jamie and I, we look forward to getting right back at it. I think baseball starts. Is it next Monday, the Central Southern baseball game, or is it the Monday?
17th.
17th.
So 2 weeks from yesterday.
2 Mondays away from yesterday, so we'll be there for that one as well. Thanks for hanging out with us, folks. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night. And, again, we'll let you know on Friday where we will be as far as the regional finals go on Saturday. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you next time on WBON TV.